Hey guys, welcome back to Schneid's 15. Today we're working on the Equinox. So this thing's been sagging pretty bad in the back end. Strut mounts, like it would bang through them anyways. I didn't realize that it was sagging so bad. Of course it snowed last night, couldn't be any different. We've had dry weather all week, but I need to get these things in. Basically, we are... I'll tell you right here. 31 inches in the back, and as you can see, the back outer edge of this tire's worn. It's because it was up on the front. My mom drove this all last year, and I didn't have any chance to keep an eye on it, so I would have noticed that, but anyways, it didn't get noticed. But what happened is the car was always loaded up in the back end, and the front was always up. It should sit a lot higher in the back, so we're almost 32 inches in the front. So, and these should sit higher in the back. So, what we have is two broken coil springs under there. So I'd suggest if you have an Equinox or a Torrent or any vehicle like this from GM, they probably all use pretty well the same springs. Anyways, I got these from Amazon because they were cheaper than in town. And don't get me wrong, I like supporting local businesses, but when there's a difference of $120 versus $190 plus tax, and 120 taxes in, we're getting them from online. I don't care. These came from the States. They're made in USA. They're Moog parts, made in USA, which is a hell of a lot better than China, I'll say. 81387 Moog is the part number. But anyways, here they are. We're going to show you how to put them in. Alright, so it's a pretty relatively easy procedure. Obviously, jack up the car. I try and go underneath the bolt that's on the kind of the frame right there. It works the best for me. Obviously, pull off your rim and tire, and then once you're jacked up, we're going to go underneath the sway bar. I already pulled the nut off. It's a 13 millimeter right there. Pull that off first. I find that's just easiest to do. There it is right there. Then next we got our shock mount and our one A-arm mount, which is right there. So I just put an adjustable nut or adjustable wrench on the nut back there, and that there where my socket is a 21 millimeter, and that's an 18 millimeter on the shock mount. So take them off in any order you wish. But I started with the A-arm mount, just winging it out there. Couldn't believe how good the bolts looked in the middle there. I figured they'd be all rusty. They were just like brand new. Anyways, get that done. Then take out your 18 mil out of your shock mount. That has a weld nut on the other side. And then I just use a screwdriver and jimmied the control arm down or A-arm down because it liked to get caught in there. So once that was down, just push. Some will have a mount on the bottom you have to take off, but mine was on the top. Pull out your spring. That was the top half. You can see the other pieces in there. So pull that out. There's a rubber mount on the top and the bottom. There's the top. There's the bottom. Just put them back the same way you got them, and you're set. Take the spring, shove it up in around your bump stop. My bump stops were actually bent from it bottoming out because that it was sagging, broke a couple inches. So just shove it in there, get it around the top, and align it into the control arm. Here my camera died, but I already got the shock mount re-tightened. I put a jack underneath the A-arm, and then I'm just jacking it up slowly. I jacked it up, attached the shock, and again, sorry, my camera died. And then, so I got that off camera, and then I took my A-arm bolt, shoved it through, and you could probably do it without a jack and just lower down the car on a block of wood or something, but I had an extra jack, so that worked the best. So tighten up your nut there. I never torqued anything that's back. I just gave her a good tighten with the impact, and then after I gave it a tighten with a bar. Yeah, and when you're pushing up, just make sure that your sway bar end link does go through that hole, or else you're not going to be able to shove your A-arm up. I found when I put an impact on it, it just twisted the end link so much that it wouldn't work for an impact, so I had to do it by hand. So tighten that up, then lower your jack down and let the slack off. Throw your wheel back on. Tighten up your lug nuts, and that's your procedure done. Repeat that on the other side. I gained like 2 inches, I think, off of this. Alright guys, I have about a whole 15 minutes into this job so far. I thought it would be worse. I didn't think I'd get my sway bar mount off, but literally just like I guided you through there, if you're still watching the video and you followed right through to the end, basically you don't have to remove your whole front knuckle or anything. You just basically remove your sway bar or sway arm end length there, your sway bar end length at 13 mil. Then take your 21 and a wrench and take out your where your control arm comes out for your spring mount control arm where it comes out, and or A arm I guess, attaches. Just pull that out and then do your shock. And then when I put the new one in, I had another jack here. I suppose you could probably do it without a jack. It might be a little difficult. You could if you don't have 2 jacks, you could always put a block of wood under it or something and then lower down the car to push it up. There really isn't a ton of spring pressure there, but I just used other jack. I mean, you still got to be careful that you're not prying too much weight off your other jack, which I don't think you're ever gonna, because there's not a lot of pressure. But anyways, we're gonna measure this because I can already see it's sitting up huge. So I believe we were at 31 in the back and almost 32 in the front. Like, it was like 31 3/4. We're at 33 inches right there. Of course I have to go ahead and my wheel has to come out. So yeah, this thing's gonna be a whole different car. So that old spring, let alone being sagged out, with it broken on the end, that's probably a solid 1.5 to 2 inches right there. So I'd recommend, if you have a car that's sagging in the back, rattles in the front from your strut mounts and stuff, it's probably just bagged out in the back and you got broken springs. I think it's seeming to be a fairly common problem. So I hope this video helped you, and I hope that the voiceover that I'm gonna have to edit it yet, but I hope the voiceover that I did was helpful and worked good. And like I say, if everything comes apart, it's a 15-minute job per side. I winged off if you got an impact and jack, so we'll go to the other side and get that done. I'm not going to show you how. It's identical, so I don't feel I need to show you. Anyways, I hope this helps, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe, and check out all my other how-to videos, guys. Thank you. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe. If my videos interest you, please click on my channel and check out my other videos.